Call this meeting to order at 6:31 p.m.
I heard somebody.
I don't see anybody now.
Not either.
Maybe they left.
Okay.
Oh, she came the back way.
I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I hurt my leg. I have a hard time walking.
Oh, no.
Careful, going up the steps.
Yes.
We want to stop.
Barbara was
Just
all ready
didn't
to
make
go.
it.
Yeah, redo.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I got
Rewind.
caught up with Anna. I haven't seen Anna for a year.
Where'd you see Anna?
Right outside
Oh.
the door.
Oh, okay.
And I can't just say bye-bye.
I knew
Yeah,
I
you
should have run
can.
out
You say
there.
I have a board meeting.
Yes, you can.
I tore my meniscus, so you know what you're.
Okay, I got it. Woo! Hello, everybody.
Good evening.
How is everybody?
Good.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, etc. So I call the meeting of the library board at 6:35. Roll call, please, ma'am.
Judy Borey,
Here.
Robin Barker,
Here.
Barbara Fitzgerald,
Here.
Catherine Meek. Here. Nola Perkins is traveling, so she will not join us tonight. Vera Walters
Here.
and Alexandra Wyroba.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, and I need a motion to accept the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Judy Borey,
Yes.
Robin Barker,
Yes.
Barbara Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Catherine Meek. Yes. Nola Perkins is absent. Vera Walters
Here. Yes.
and Alexandra Wyroba.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you, and a motion to accept the minutes of November 13th.
I so move.
Second.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Judy Borey,
Yes.
Robin Barker,
Yes.
Barbara Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Catherine Meek. Yes. Nola Perkins is absent. Vera Walters
Yes.
and Alexandra Wyroba.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, thank you. And to the public, thank you for coming. Moving on, do we have any correspondence?
No, we do not.
Correspondence? Then we would love to hear your library report, Pam.
Wonderful. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being here tonight. Pam Harrison, Library Director. And it is January 15th, 2026. We start off with 3 months of statistical reports, a little more than normal, so we apologize for that. Nothing too exciting in terms of growth these last couple months because it was the last months of the season. So we expect the numbers to be down, and they are down a bit. But like I said, that is expected. Our program numbers are still really, really strong. Outreach as well, 1,400 people in October. Same in November, and then in December, it was about half that. But our attendance numbers are down, of course, in those months. And then in January, we should see them climb back up. We welcome winter visitors and start the new year off with a big bang. So this was
cute.
a couple programs that we did in November and December. The Cornucopia Charcuterie, of course, done by the wonderful Megan and Leah Bibliobites duo. They'd made little cornucopia. Did any of you attend?
I did.
You did,
and
good.
my cornucopia looked awful.
Oh, no. It can't look awful.
It was a squish cornucopia.
It's okay. It still tastes the same. So they made cornucopia charcuterie. And you can see they're super cute. In November, they had 19 in attendance, which is exactly where they want it. They take 20 registrants because they only have enough materials to accommodate that number of people. However, many Christmas tree boards, they must have had extra materials and more people showed up because there were 27 in attendance. And we see there's a couple teens there, which is always nice because we do welcome teens to almost all of our adult programs. So that was a lot of fun. And for the next few months, they are focusing Bibliobites more on demonstrations so that they can welcome more people to attend and see all the great things they do with recipes from our cookbooks in the library. Culinary Kids was a huge hit too. That was in late November, I want to say. It could have been early December. There were 32 kids in attendance. They decorated snacks with holiday themes. They were very cute. I was at the desk that hour when they were coming out. They came up to show me their cookies. They still said they were going to eat them, but they're very cute until that moment. This was Countdown to Noon. This has been a tradition now for probably 7 or 8 years where kids ages 8 and younger are invited to come to the library on New Year's Eve to do crafts, activities, and a virtual countdown to the noon hour, since they are not allowed to stay out until midnight. And you can see they were having a great time there, 50 in attendance for that program. You might have noticed if you've been to the library or an outreach event lately that the mobile library got a new wrap. It's the same design, but it is all brand new. It looks so much better than it did. It was getting dried and cracking. So now we have, it's a little bit lighter colored, or the blue is a new color on there. And then for the Christmas light parade that the city holds in December, they decorated it with lights, and this was the first time that they took part in the light parade. Megan asked if she could be the lead vehicle, and she was told no. It's a fire truck, and it has to be a fire truck. So she was okay with that.
We could put red lights and
Yeah,
siren on that.
I know. So she was right in the middle, she said, and she was really surprised. These last few weeks, she's had a lot of people come up to her in the library and say, hey, I saw the mobile library in the light parade. So it did create awareness, so it was a lot of fun, and I'm sure she's going to do it again because she loves doing these things.
So I have a question about that.
Yeah.
Somebody in the van, I think it was the van, was doing 6-7 back to the kids during the parade.
Somebody in the mobile library?
It was either the mobile library or the other, I think it was mobile library.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm trying to remember because it was towards, I was getting tired of the 6-7. But when whoever was doing that back to the kids in front of us just got them so excited.
Did they do it with their hands? Or-
Yeah, they did. They
Okay.
did 6-7, and the kids were just,
Yeah, it's a thing.
it's an annoying thing.
It doesn't mean
Doesn't mean
anything.
Bird
anything.
was driving everybody crazy. And then during the whole, before the parade and the parade, it drove me nuts.
Well, I'll have to ask about that. I did not know.
Because whoever did that really got the kids happy.
Well, that's, it's all about
Not a
having a good
surprise.
time.
Yeah,
Not that it has anything to do with the mobile library, but.
well, it was getting the kids excited.
Yeah.
about
Oh, that's cute, though.
Yeah.
Onto the library reading garden. Yes, we've been talking about this for, going on a year and a half almost. We are almost like this close to be done with design. Like, really, really close. We're basically in the point now where we're close to getting the permitting, the contract with the contractor who is Wilming. We're doing a JOC, which is a job order contract, so that we can get it done sooner than later. They are pretty sure that we can get it done in 3 months.
Wow. Just in time for summer.
Exactly, I know. Hoping that it can start late February if all the pieces lay down nicely, if not very, very early March. Nothing has changed in the design. It is what you see, the amphitheater, the shade umbrellas over the seating area, greenhouse seed shed, raised garden beds. Everything is the same, the water bowl feature. So we're just waiting to get all of those administrative things figured out. We met with Wilming today and got a lot of our questions answered. This is my first big project with the city, so I'm super stoked to get this started and to also get it finished, because we've been working on this for quite a while, but that's just the nature of it. So look for a great update at our next meeting.
Okay, great.
Having been in on a lot of builds in the city, this was pretty fast.
Well, it's not a huge project. I mean, it's still almost 20,000 square feet, but
Big enough one.
yeah, not a ton of, building. It's hard, some hardscape, but not like, building a building. You know that the Lost Dutchman Days is the weekend of the 28th and 29th of February, so the Friends of the Library have decided to do their book sale right before that. It'll be Thursday, the 26th, and Friday, the 27th. It'll be back in the Opal Room. There'll be lots of things to choose from, and we hope that you can come take a look and get some good deals on some great books and benefit the library at the same time. And that's it for tonight for the librarian's report.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Well, you're good, no questions.
Yeah, that's really good.
Wow. I'm impressed. I have a question, but not about your report. It has to do with the library.
Oh, okay.
When is the book drop on the west side open yet?
We just got the cover for the inside portion of it this week. So we hope to have that installed and ready to open, if not next week, then the week after. Yes, we've had it, I know, for months, and facilities was working on what the cover would be, because we can't have people put their hands in there and take materials that have been returned, and not saying that they would, but we needed to have something to cover that box. And they went kind of round and round on what would work, and then something was ordered and, measured for probably about a month and a half ago, and it takes them some time to get it done. So, yeah, so we're excited, because lots of people are asking about it.
Well, you come in that side with your books and you're thinking, I'm going to drop them off.
I know. Finally, we'll have a book drop over there, though.
All right, moving on. We have new business. First of all, we have a discussion and possible vote on the changes for the library programs and facility use policy, which we got in an email, and you have a copy here. Pam?
It's on the screen. I hope you had a chance to kind of take a look at it, because there's a lot of red lines. There's a lot of strike-throughs and additional text and things getting moved around. I'm going to give you kind of the high-level overview of why changes were made and what they are. And if you want me to go through it line by line, I can, but we will get to that in just a moment. So we made changes, or we're making hopefully possible changes to this program and facilities use policy to clarify expectations, eliminate internal inconsistencies, and reduce administrative and legal risk while preserving our core mission of prioritizing library-sponsored programs and equitable public access. There have been some questions about the policy. Things weren't real clear on some things. I think both staff and the public need a more clear policy with more clear language, so they really understand how the facilities work if you want to reserve them at the library. So the key reasons for the changes, repetitive language was used through parts of the policy. There was conflicting or duplicated requirements in some instances, and some of the wording was kind of outdated and the format was wonky. So now it's more clear who may use the rooms, when they can be used, under what conditions, and what the responsibilities for the users will be if they decide to rent the facility. In terms of other revisions that have to do with liability, and more clearly clarifies the financial responsibility for any damage and who is responsible for cleanup, the inspection and reimbursement language, and reinforcing indemnification and insurance requirements. Equity and neutrality. We will always give priority to library programs. We do allow use by nonprofit, governmental, and educational groups, but do prohibit commercial use while allowing limited internal due transfers. So it clearly states that the library does not endorse viewpoints expressed in meetings, and that is one thing that was missing from the original policy. Lastly, it's aligning more with current operations. It now clearly states what equipment availability we have and who's responsible for it. The timing of payment is made more clear, and room vacancy requirements before closing have been added, because we have had instances where people were told, you need to start cleaning up about 7:30, and 7:45 comes around, and they're still having their meeting. So we're hoping that that is going to help eliminate those issues. So updating the policy ensures that the written policy matches actual operations, which is critical for transparency and defensibility. And the changes modernize the policy, reduce ambiguity, support consistent enforcement, and protect the library and city while ensuring fair and predictable use of the library facilities. If you'd like, I can go through it line by line and tell you what has been omitted and why. Some of it is just purely grammatical. Others are to move it to an area where it makes more sense. And some of it is to add in wording or take out wording that didn't work for us. So if you'd like me to do that, I can, or if you're good, I can not.
I have a question.
Go through it.
So the red line means you cross that out.
It's deleted, yes.
The yellow highlight means it's in.
Correct.
But some of it is in.
So why is the rented rooms may not be used found in number 2 and number 3?
Moving from. What was the question? I'm sorry.
She's asking, why is rented, the sentence that begins with rented rooms, why is it in number 2 and number 3? I was telling Sansa, I'm like, it's going to be questions. So yeah, let's go through it. Let's start with anything that is red strike through has been omitted or deleted, or is proposed to be deleted. So we're starting off with the first paragraph, purpose. The only thing that changed was we added the S to the word room because we have more than one program room. Under the policy section, all library programs have priority over non-library programs. Robin will agree, you don't need the word will in there because,
Right.
exactly, yes, it's a tense thing. Number 2, we took out the word meeting because they're not necessarily meeting rooms. We have meeting rooms, we have program rooms. So we just wanted to say generally rooms. Rooms may only be rented and used during normal library hours. We took out no meetings will be allowed in the library if there is any, but instead added rented rooms may not be used for commercial intent, solicitation for profit, sales, fundraising, or the exchange of money from the group or organization. We took out holding the meeting and put renting the room. Now, it's appearing in number 2, but since it was added language, I know I was going to get this messed up. We moved it to number 3.
And then you move number 3 all the way down to number 5.
Correct. And Sancy and I went over this, and now I forgot why we left it in there twice. I think it was because...
So we wanted to show you in number 2 what the wording actually was, what was deleted, what was added. And so when we moved it to number 3, what we're showing you is, yes, it originally existed in number 2, but we decided to change it, modify it, and now we're moving the entire sentence to number 3 instead of where it was in number 2.
And even though it's a new sentence in number 2, I think the issue we had was I made so many revisions to this that if she tried to go back and take it out in number 2, it was messing everything up. Am I correct?
Yeah, we had to start over.
Okay, yeah, we had to start over. So it's not in number 2, but that's where it was going to be, and it moved to number 3.
Oh, so it's not in number 2.
Right, so number 2 right now just says rooms might be rented and used during normal library hours.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Number 3. Okay, so this was what was added. The library requests that a permit for use of library programs.
Why are those
Program
capitalized?
I think because that is the capitalization that is,
And the
the title of the policy is capitalized. I think that's
Basically,
why.
what it says is you have to get your permit 10 calendar days prior to your meeting.
Yeah, it's capitalized because the title of the policy is capitalized, so we left it. The library requests that a permit for use of library program facilities be submitted, took out arranged, at least 10 calendar days was added to the date needed.
Period.
Prior to the date needed, excuse me. And everything in red after that was in the original policy, but has been taken out. So it originally read, yeah, I'm really bad at this.
Requests for facilities.
Requests for facilities
Should be.
should,
Well, for use of library, for use of library facilities.
library
Should be arranged at least 10 calendar days prior to
You wanna take
the requested time.
You don't want it to be permissive. You want it to be, they have to be arranged.
correct.
So getting rid of the should was a good thing. I have a question on the rented room sentence that goes in both, that you have in both paragraphs now that will be removed and placed in their order whenever. At the very end of that, you have, or the exchange of money from groups and organizations renting the room. Shouldn't it be by?
Rented rooms are not used for commercial intent, solicited for profit, sales, fundraising, or the exchange of money. Yeah, you're right, by the group.
Rented room.
Yeah, because from indicates a whole different scenario.
Yeah. Thanks for catching that. When you read it so many times, I think you,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
by the group or
Mine
organization
was
running the room,
definitely
yep.
fresh eyes.
Okay. Got it.
So for number 3, we took out requested time, signed responsibility form to complete and return to library director. Nothing comes to me, it all goes to somebody on staff. By 7 calendar days before the meeting, the library board of trustees grants the right of approval for use of the library's program rooms to the library director. So we took all that out because that wasn't true.
And it's redundant.
And it's redundant, correct. So number 3 now just says, the library requests that a permit for use of library program facilities be submitted at least 10 calendar days prior to the date needed. Rented rooms may not be used for commercial intent, solicitation for profit, sales, fundraising, or the exchange of money by the group or organization renting the room.
So what happens then to 5, which you've already read as 3?
The first sentence of 3 went to
Oh,
5. So really, number 3
I
is
was
just-
telling her, I'm like, if I have to read this through and try to get it right,
it is confusing.
I am going to mess it up. But we couldn't figure out it, since it had gone through so many revisions, we couldn't figure out another way to get it without doing the whole thing completely over. All right, so the first sentence, number 3, is actually number 5. So
Okay,
my
gotcha.
fault on that.
I got you.
Number 4 is no changes. Nonprofit groups using the library facilities may be allowed to collect internal dues provided it's not with commercial or profit-making intent. That one had no changes. So number 5 is the first sentence in number 3, which I've read twice, and the library requests that a permit for use, oh, it's the same sentence, okay. Okay. Now, number 6 is actually comes from number 9.
Okay. What fun.
Okay, so number 6 will read. Does that mean both of these stayed in then? Okay, the use charge, yeah, so it's already showing in number 6, but it originally came from number 9. The use charge must be paid at the time of reservation in person by cash, credit card, or check.
There doesn't need to be a comma after person.
You're correct. We will correct that.
We're getting picky, aren't we?
Hey, you know, I was an English teacher too, I get it. I'm surprised I didn't catch it. Okay.
Could you? Goodness.
I know. About halfway through this, I was like, maybe we should just leave the policy the way it was. Okay, number 7. Persons, we took out organizations
Thank goodness.
and said persons and groups, because
How about
not everybody is
just
an organization.
users?
We could say
How
users.
about just users?
Users using library facilities.
Users of library facilities.
Okay. You want to write that down? Mm-hmm. Users of library facilities are responsible for, we took out all cleanup work and/or costs resulting from such use, no storage of equipment, supplies, or materials were permitted. And instead, set up and take down of tables and chairs and all cleanup after use of the room.
All cleanup?
Everything.
Cleanup of whatever they, would you like it to be more specific? Like, I don't expect them to vacuum the floors, but
You don't expect them to vacuum. But some places do.
I know. Do I need to be more specific as to what cleanup is?
I would think.
Thorough cleanup,
No.
complete cleanup?
Well, if somebody comes out and asks you where the vacuum cleaner is and they offer to vacuum it, is that
Yeah,
a
they
bad
can
thing?
do it. Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe you just take out the word all.
Okay. Take down of tables and chairs and clean up. Is that what you didn't like, was the word all, Vera?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
awkward.
Sounds good. Any other comments on that one? So we took out a lot of that from number 7 because I decided that equipment and all that should be in a different part.
Do you have a list for each of your rooms as to what they should look like, being returned to their original state?
No, we do for the amethyst room. Opal room, it's implied that it should because the tables are normally not up unless they were up when they got in there. But that is something that we can definitely provide.
It would just help the user.
Yeah, that is true. Number 8, we took out a use charges made, so the cost of making the room available will be shared by those using it. The circulation desk has the most current fee schedule. Took that out, but no equipment such as laptops, cables, cords, microphones, easels, or carts will be provided for use. Storage of equipment, supplies, or materials is not permitted because we have been asked for those things, and those are not things that we loan. Number 9.
The first sentence goes to 6.
Right. The second sentence about inspection was omitted or deleted, and instead it was reworded. Should a post-use inspection of a rented room reveal damages or uncleanliness, committee shall reimburse the city for full costs necessary to restore the room to its condition prior to use.
Period.
Yes, I don't know why we have by permittee on the end again. If permittee cancels the reservation, a verbal request for credit transfer refund must be made by the last business day prior to the facility rental date. All refunds granted will be minus 10% or $5, whichever is greater. And that is for our previous policy, which actually is the same as Parks and Recreation. Number 11 is more of a reword. We took out alcoholic beverages are not allowed in the building at any time, and use of illegal drugs or marijuana is strictly prohibited, and instead changed it to food and non-alcoholic beverages may be served in the meeting rooms. Smoking, tobacco products of any sort, vape pens, marijuana, and the use of smokeless products such as e-cigarettes are prohibited in the rooms and library facility. Painter's tape is the only adhesive permitted on walls, doors, or furniture. Number 12, we took out organizations using the program room shall hold the city of Apache Junction, its elected officials, employees, and agents free from responsibility for any personal injury or damage to property and equipment, and replaced it with meeting rooms must be vacated at least 15 minutes before the library closes. So that I wanted to have the city part at the end. 13 was added. At the library's request, persons and groups may be required to provide, pay for, and maintain public liability insurance, naming the city, its elected officials, employees, and agents as additional insured.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Why is pay for necessary? If they provide it and they maintain it, they obviously had to pay for it.
You like provide better than pay for?
Yeah, provide.
To provide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Provide,
agree.
Maintain,
To provide and maintain?
yeah.
Okay.
if you pay for it, are you maintaining it?
Right.
What does that mean?
We don't really
Okay.
pay
Do you want just provide?
Well, a person can provide you with a policy and next year use the room again and not have updated that policy. So I think the maintenance of that policy is
Okay.
necessary.
And number 14, this was added, wasn't in the last policy at all. The Apache Junction Public Library does not advocate or endorse the viewpoints expressed during any program or the viewpoints and policies of any group or organizations that use library meeting rooms for any activity or program. So 13 actually was kind of a rewrite of 12, but I wanted that later in the policy. So yeah, there was a lot of changes. Sorry for the confusion, but I knew there was going to be because I was confused.
On your permit for use,
Yes.
that pay for is in there too,
Okay.
right above the red.
Okay, so that's where that came from. Okay. So we can take that out. And we just changed the wording in the permit to match what we had just put in the policy.
And can we get a clean copy of this once you've got it all,
Oh,
Correct.
so we can,
Catherine's got.
and then, yeah, the removing the by permittee is a little bit further down in the permit application also. It's below the red, about
no, what number?
3 lines down. Restore the facility to its condition.
Yes, I
prior
see
to
that.
use.
Permittee shall reimburse city for full costs necessary to restore a facility to its condition prior to use by permittee.
If we remove it from the other one. we should probably-
Yeah.
So we're changing that to,
When somebody
Take out by
requests,
permittee at the end.
okay.
Excuse me?
when somebody requests to have a room,
Mm-hmm.
do they get a copy of, this
Yes.
as well as the?
Yes, we send them the policy and the form. We have a supervisor on staff that this is, she's assigned to do these, but if she's not there, we have a backup person who does it. But yes, they get both.
And do they have to provide the proof of insurance?
The only time they would have to do that, and I spoke to the city attorney about this, is if they're doing any type of activity that has a physical component to it, which is very unlikely in the library. We're not going to charge, we're not going to have them provide insurance if they're, having an educational session or a meeting. But if they were going to do Taekwondo, then yeah.
We found another.
Oh, boy.
Further down on the permit, additional fees may be charged on permittee if the facility is found.
On permittee?
Yeah, on permittee.
Sorry.
Two.
Oh, okay, where's that one?
I see it. It's 3 lines up.
Right there. I think so. Well, where is it?
do you need to have a signature line on this one?
The policy or the, or,
To know that they've read this too,
well, we only have them return the form. The policy is just for their information, so they know what to expect. I mean, we could have them sign that they read it.
Is there reference to the policy anywhere on the permit? I don't think there is a reference to following the policy.
Could be in that first line where they agree to comply with.
Okay,
You
I like
could
that
add the
idea.
policy to that line. You've got state laws and plus library policy.
okay. Do you want to read that, what you said out loud, Robin, and Sancy can write it down?
Oh, you could add their understanding of the library policy to that first line. Permittee agrees to comply with all federal, state, municipal laws. You could have, comma, library policies.
to include library policy.
Oh, that too, if we want to.
That's
So
That
kind
way
of
it
what
says
rules
they,
ordinance says.
library program policy, is that what you're calling this?
Yes,
Whatever
library
this-
program,
Whatever this is titled
okay.
Okay.
would be in there.
Well, wouldn't rules
Yeah, it's
with
rule-
respect to the use of facilities include the policy?
Well, somebody could certainly argue that they didn't realize, although they will not get this to sign until they've read the policy. Is my understanding correct there?
Say that again, please.
They will not sign this until they've read this. Is that correct?
Yes, that should be what is happening.
theoretically.
So your point is
Force them to
well
do it.
made. That rules could in fact cover that.
Unless somebody just gets a second copy of the permit, somebody gives them a copy of the permit to fill out for whatever they want to do.
That's true too. Adding it is less trouble than fighting them.
Adding the,
Adding the library
Reference to it.
policies there, a reference to them is less trouble than arguing with somebody over the fact that they didn't know.
yeah.
Does the city attorney read this?
Yeah, I mean, he wrote most of this in the past. A lot of this is from the Parks and Rec policy. The permit form here is very, very close to theirs. So yeah, so it did go through him. And it went through him the last time we updated this, which was probably, gosh, you were probably here. It was probably 4 years ago when we changed it at one point, maybe 3 years ago. Yeah, I know.
And then the very last sentence on your permit, is AV equipment different from your technology that's not allowed to be used?
Say that again.
Oh, yeah, that should be taken out too.
You said
Sorry, I didn't do all my homework
We're
here
talking
on
about
this
all
one.
the funds?
We do, all of that stuff about the refund part is correct.
10%.
She's talking about use of library AV equipment requires permission of library director. We can take that out because we don't let them use any of our,
Wait, where are you?
on the permit.
The very last sentence.
Oh, this sentence, okay, so take that out?
Good catch.
Boy,
We're getting good.
yeah. I should have just had you guys rewrite all this. Because
We'd have been
this was not my
confused.
best work.
We would have been as confused as you are. We just got to take all your confusion and then work with it.
I had her really confused because I would change something and then I'd be like, you know what, I don't like that there, let's move it there. And then I'd be like, you know what, I want to reword that. And so she had, yeah, that's why it kind of became a small mess. So my apologies. Are there any other changes? And would you like to see all the changes before
Before we vote.
possible voting? We
I
can
think
bring it
that's
up
a
at the
good
next.
idea.
You know, if they have to read, the use policy before they fill out the permit, right? They're given the use policy when they fill out the permit?
The one that we just went over?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they get both of them together.
So setting up and breaking down of chairs is redundant because you already said it in the use policy.
That is true.
I think it still needs to, legally, it still needs to be there where they sign.
Well, then everything else here
I
would have
I
to be there
couldn't hear
too.
you, Barbara.
I said that I think it needs to be there because that's what they sign.
And Barbara, did you want something added about room configurations are available in each room
I
or something of
I
that
just think
nature?
that's practice on your part. I don't think it's,
Yeah,
I don't require it.
okay.
No,
We're pretty lenient,
Yeah.
as long as they don't, you know.
right. I suspect most people would ask anyway, or most people would know what they were doing.
Right,
I was
right.
just curious.
And sometimes if we're going to, you know, if they put tables up and we're going to use it the next day, the person in charge might just tell them, just leave the tables where you left them because we're going to move them anyway. So,
Any other comments, questions on this particular item?
Will there be a staff person assigned to that area that helps them either with anything, you know, that they need or
While they're in the
while they're in
room?
the room?
yeah, whoever the supervisor in charge is for that time. When we have our daily schedules, we have somebody assigned a supervisor. It's at least one person, sometimes it's two. So either one of them can be the point of contact or the person that helps. Trish is the one that facilitates this policy and this process and the permitting and the payments. So normally it'll be her, but if she's not available, it could be Jason, it could be Megan, it could be Penny. Depends on who's there that day.
Other comments, questions? Alexandra, we haven't heard from
I
her
know.
tonight. She's so quiet.
I guess I can add two things potentially. For the applicant signature, I'm assuming they may have their name on it, where it might be the name of the organization or something, but we might want a specific line that also has the name in case their signature is not legible.
Printed.
Okay, so yeah, that's a good idea.
A printed name.
And then two, if they read all this and you want a section potentially that says like, I acknowledge that I've read this all and agree to these policies and stuff.
Okay. Do you think that should be before
I think
the charges section, like where the AV equipment part was?
That's where I was thinking originally, so
what
that,
about on this?
it could be on a
Because
different,
that's,
Yeah,
what
that
about
was
at
the
the bottom of this?
At the bottom of the policy itself, so when they get it as a package, and then when they return it,
That They have read.
they do. That's totally doable. Or we can have it on both.
Maybe they should keep the policy so they remember all that.
True,
Oh, that's a good point, too.
that's a good point.
Get enough brains
They can
together.
refer back to what they're supposed to be doing.
Correct.
So in that case, then it would have to go on here that they acknowledge they've read this,
Read and agree.
because we keep this.
Correct. Yes, we keep that.
I was
Got the
looking,
insurance on here, you've got,
yes, I'm looking for the
the
insurance.
insurance is right here. They acknowledge that,
And you don't need a copy of that insurance, or
unless they ask for it. More? The longer we sit here, the more we talk.
I know. We can, like I said, we don't have to vote tonight.
No, we
If
won't vote
we can come back and have a second look after,
We need that.
would you like us to provide like clean copies of all the changes made so it's a little bit easier to understand? Okay. I totally agree.
Yeah, and that way, when we see,
Sorry,
we'll
Zancy.
see what we're voting for
Okay,
clearly.
sounds good.
But this was a fun exercise.
Oh, yeah, I'm a little embarrassed, but it's okay.
Why?
Not my finest moment.
You did a marvelous job. And that gives the board that job of creating clarity, et cetera, and we need those jobs. We don't need to just sit here and listen. We need to do stuff.
I agree. She knows how many times I changed this. And I still didn't do a great job, but thank
cannot
you for
have too
doing
many
that.
proofreaders
No,
either.
no, never.
You get another person coming in here, they'll
And they'll
catch one
find
more
something
thing.
else.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it'll happen. Okay, let's move on to the second part of this item, and that is the discussion of potential future literacy programs and community partnerships. This is something that we discussed at the last meeting. Pam asked us to ask around the community and see how people felt about the possibility of an adult literacy program, correct?
That is one idea, but it could have
Okay.
been pretty much anything.
Or what have you. I did that. I checked with Genesis, with the resource person there, as well as some of our clientele, and they all gave me a definitive no.
Okay.
That was the way they felt about it.
That they did not need,
They did not, well, it wasn't so much not needing it. Was
not interested.
Particularly wanting to tie themselves down to something that they felt would take more than an hour or so. They're a shifting population. They are not always here in Apache Junction. and they do not have the transportation to get to the library all the time. You have your regulars here, I see them every time I come in, and I know who they are, but the folks, I didn't talk to any of them. I should have, but I talked to other folks there. But that was the reaction I got. So.
Thank you.
I talked to some people, and their feeling was that the library can't do everything. And we do so much for the community that they questioned whether we had the power, the money, or the resources to do that. And that should be done by an educational facility like the schools.
Did you talk to any groups or organizations, or was it just
Not a group
just
or
friends,
organization,
neighbors?
just people I run into, people I know, and some of them are educators.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Not a big sample size.
On that part, you kind of started talking about education in schools and how it could be to the school's responsibility. I was part of a program called Valley Leadership, and they had a Catalyze program. And one of their initiatives, they have this thing called, well, it's their Education Impact Maker, and currently they're in the community, or they're in Mesa, Arizona, where they have a few of their alumni from this program, which are leaders across the valley, that can go in and volunteer and be a substitute teacher for teachers. So they go in once a month for 4 months, and then those teachers can go do a specific Arizona science of reading training that they have to do. So that might be something that we can look into for Apache Junction, or even if any of us or other volunteers are so inclined, if they do take other volunteers to be a substitute, so that teachers can have the time to do additional training.
What would that look like here? How would we as a library board facilitate something like that?
Well, I would be happy to connect with the program that's doing it in Mesa right now, and then see if that's something that our public schools are interested in.
Right, that would be my first thought, is really the schools have to be have the first say in this.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's an interesting program. I hadn't heard of it.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
just like you said, like resources, it would, potentially for some early literacy, it would be more towards schools. for
You
the
had
ACES
another one
program.
though too, didn't you?
I did.
Alexander? Okay.
And then another program that I used to be a part of, I don't know if a lot of you know of, there's this one organization in, I think, downtown Phoenix. It's called UMOM. It's a homeless shelter. And in the past, they've done a Read to Me program where they invited volunteers to come read to some of their residents and their kids, I think, ages 4 to 12, where they would have volunteers come in, kiddos could select a book, and the volunteer and the child would read together. So I think that could be potentially like all ages of readers, right, getting together and being in a safe space and environment, and kids would be able to take home a book after that session. So I don't think they do this program anymore, but it seemed a little similar to one of the more recent, I think, events at the multi-generational center that you all hosted. So
What program is that? Or are you aware which program that is?
I
Is it
don't
somebody,
know.
or is it
It was in
people
their,
coming into?
it was in their catalog.
Read
It
to
was
seniors?
Asking for volunteers to read to kids.
Yeah,
Oh,
Something
okay.
about connecting generations.
yes. So I thought that was pretty similar, so that might be a good initiative for at least literacy.
So that is, it's called, gosh, what's the name?
I must,
Pages. It could be a partnership with us. We do have, I think, 2 staff people that are working with staff over at the MGC to have teenagers go over to read to or with seniors. Pages among ages or something
Yeah,
of
something
that.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that is partially us.
Well, we have reading programs here too, for the kids, the library.
Like the summer reading program and
the-
story
the
times.
dogs and-
Yeah,
Where
pause to
is-
read.
Where is Miss Jasmine?
Miss Jasmine is the outreach librarian for the county.
Oh, she is.
Yeah. So she goes to the libraries that don't have maybe a youth services person because of their size or because of their staffing structure. She does a lot of virtual events.
She seems pretty popular.
Yes, she has come to do some programs at AJ, but she's not a regular.
Okay.
She goes to some of the libraries regularly to do story times for those communities. Yeah, yeah, she's really good.
She must be.
Yeah, we have a pause to read program, the Tween Book Club. What else? I know there's others. I know I came in red.
So we have a teen book club, a tween book club, obviously adult book clubs.
Yeah.
We used to be a partner of Read Better, Be Better, but
On the
they're
story
funding.
time,
I'm sorry?
The story time,
Yeah, we have story time.
yeah. So we actually do a lot of that here
Yeah,
already. So I think the key is to find the need. I mean, rather than creating something because we think it looks pretty, but to find the need for that. And if the need is there, then to figure out how we create an answer to that need. But at least that's the way I see it. So what do you want to do with all this information, ladies? Will not get it.
Store it, and, just keep it, I guess, trying to figure out where to ask the question, where to ask the question of people. Because adults, I mean, if they're not going to want to go to the school to take a class in literacy, they just, either they have, children at home and they need babysitting, or they need, and so for them to take, I don't know, I think it's going to just be tough for them to get to a class.
And we no longer have a shelter in AJ. We had one, but we no longer have one here, which sort of makes us that possibility. But the Hope's Women's Center does, Hope's Women's Center, I'm sorry, can't get it out, but they do something very similar with their young moms in their facility. Trying to think if anybody else does. Well, I think there are a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts, and I think it's something that we can just sort of keep percolating at.
yeah.
And if we get to the point, or when we get to the point where we see that need is out there, we've got all kinds of wonderful ideas now that we might be able to recreate to answer that need. So let's just keep looking around to see what the need is here.
I'm wondering
I
if
agree.
Maybe some of
We
the
need,
churches.
we need more time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good thing to keep up there.
Mhm.
But we also don't want to put the library in a position where they are rolling over the school's job and anybody else's job. We don't want that. So, yeah, it's a delicate balance.
It is, it is.
Try to do it. Any other comments? All
Thanks
right.
for those of you that brought up some ideas, though. It's always helpful to hear
Yeah,
what people are finding out or hearing from other people in the public that we just might not encounter at the library.
I really like the school idea. I hope that the school is interested in something like that, because I'm sure there are people who would be willing to do that. My substitute certificate is still in force, but I don't think I want to go back in the classroom. Stayed there too long. All right, shall we therefore move on? Are there any future agenda requests? Seeing none?
Just more update on the garden, I think. You know,
Oh, yeah.
reading
Of
garden
course,
would be
yes, I was-
Wonderful.
The garden is a constant. It should be on every agenda until we're actually sitting. in it,
Exactly, it will be.
having our meeting. I think we need a meeting
Yeah.
in the garden. It will be light by the time it's built. It'll be daylight. for
Yes,
us.
it will.
Well,
We could do
speaking of
that.
the
Well,
garden, when we do get it built, one project I would like to see happen in the garden is sponsored bird feeders.
oh, okay. Sponsored by,
Get an organization that, like, they have 18 hummingbird feeders, and every time I do a bird talk, I give one away.
oh,
And it's amazing how wonderful people think that is when they don't have one.
yeah, we have several.
And for the kids to see a hummingbird up close, a bird in a feeder, and we could get like True Value might want to donate a feeder and keep it filled, so it'd be of no cost to the library.
That would be wonderful.
That would be nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think we should have a garden party for the opening.
Oh, yeah,
We're going to wear fancy hats and,
yeah.
yeah.
Cubs.
Okay, I'm holding you to it. I'm not a party planner, so
That would be-
you're going to have to plan it.
that would be fun.
We can do it.
I have the teacups.
Yeah, she has the teacups.
Oh, you do, okay. I think we have some at the library too, from the teas that we've done. But yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
All right. If there is nothing else, I would like to adjourn this meeting at 7:33.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Done.